For me, summer isn't just a season. It's a feeling. It's warm afternoons, late sunsets, cold drinks, and finding a book that completely pulls you into its world. And no author captures that feeling quite like Carley Fortune. With the Every Summer adaptation coming out soon, I decided this was the perfect excuse to fully disappear into Carley Fortune's books. I've read almost every book she's written, but I still have 2 books left to complete my Carley Fortune journey. I'm currently reading This Summer Will Be Different, and I just picked up her newest release, Our Perfect Storm, which I am so excited about. My goal is to finish both books, to fully immerse myself in the world of Carley Fortune, and then celebrate by ranking every single one of her novels, from my least favorite to the ones that I think absolutely deserve a spot on your summer reading list. So grab your favorite summer drink, find a sunny spot to read, and let's welcome the season with the woman who practically owns summer romance, Carley Fortune. I'm so excited! Now, I've had this book sitting on my shelf for quite some time, which is This Summer Could Be Different. However, I am currently in the middle of reading this book now. This is my buddy read pick with my friend Jessica, so we're going to finish that in this video. Also, I got a sneaky little book of the month box. We're going to open up together because one of my book picks are going to be important for this video. Didn't bring scissors, so we're just going to have to make this work. Was not a genius plan. Wasn't very thought out apparently. But kids, don't try this at home. There we go. We got it. So satisfying. And to complete the entire collection, we've got Carley Fortune's latest book, and this is Our Perfect Storm. First off, look at these covers. Whoever they get to do her covers, they are perfect, okay? They're absolutely beautiful. They just feel like paintings that should be hung up on a wall. I'm kind of sad because these are not sprayed edges, and Target has a sprayed edge version, which looks really pretty. However, I don't really tend to like sprayed edges. I just thought it made the book look really great. Another pet peeve of mine, all of my book collection from Carley Fortune are paperbacks. Unfortunately, this one is a hardcover. But hey, I'm excited. I have it. So this is the goal. Complete these 2 books in time to watch Carley Fortune's book, Every Summer After, turn into a TV adaptation. I'm very excited. I am needing a new summer TV series to get into since we don't have The Summer I Turned Pretty this summer. So I'm looking forward to it. I also did get another book of the month book. This one is going to be Catherine Center's newest book, and this is The Shippers. Don't know much of this. It looks like it's probably going to have something to do with like a cruise ship or something based off of this little dinghy here, but we'll see what happens. And the title screams that as well. So yeah, that looks like it'll be a fun, it's also really tiny, a fun little read. So we've got a pretty big goal, pretty big undertaking. This is quite a lot of books. This is quite a lot of pages to read, but I think we can handle it. And I've given myself quite a bit of time. It is currently May 9th, so I've given myself basically a month time in advance to be able to read all of these books. And I will also let you know, One Golden Summer was not my favorite book, okay, when I first read it. We'll talk more about my rankings and all of that after I've completed the entire collection. But one of my friends from work convinced me to reread it, and so I reread it earlier this year, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm excited to see the TV show. Okay, I'm excited to see these things come to life. This is feeling like, I'm just ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for summer vibes. I'm ready for a little romance. I'm ready for something that's just good entertainment. We need some rom-coms again. Where are the rom-coms? Where are the rom-coms? Okay. Anyways, this is a cute little bookmark. If you don't have book of the month and you enjoy reading books, I think it's worth it. Sometimes you can find some really incredible new authors. Sometimes you'll get really great books, which is great. So yeah, I would recommend checking them out if you're thinking about it. I am not sponsored by Book of the Month, but I do know when I first started, they were doing your first book for $5. So I would keep an eye out for a deal like that because that is an incredible steal. A hardcover book for $5. Beautiful, beautiful. And they're cute, and they always have like the little Book of the Month little stamp there, which is nice. And they always give you a new bookmark each month. Okay. Anywho, I really need to get to reading. I would like to get This Summer Will Be Different finished within this week so that we can start the new book. I don't want to rush the process, but really and truly, I should have already been finished with this book because I started this like last week Friday and I didn't do that. There's a reason for it though. If you didn't check out my video where I talk about where I did a challenge of reading on my Kindle for 7 days, that would be why. Also, I got this book from my local or from a thrift store for $3.99. This book retails for $20. Note to self, it's also in literally mint condition. Like, this is a perfectly good condition, mint condition book. It's like nobody ever read it. It's amazing. This is your sign. Go check your local thrift stores, secondhand stores, whatever that you have near you that will have books because it's totally worth just at least checking out. Okay, well, I will catch in with you guys when I pick up the book. And I'll let you know what my thoughts are when we finish. Friends, it has been a couple of days since we last chatted. And I have made some good headway in... Oh, I don't even have the book with me. Where is it? I have made some good headway in This Summer Will Be Different by Carley Fortune. And I have to say, I'm actually really loving this book. This one is really cute. I love the best friend. I love the male main character. I'm actually really enjoying the perspective of the female main character. Normally I don't. The backdrop is beautiful. I'm enjoying this. And the conflict is interesting to me. I didn't think it was going to be something that I was going to care about. And I don't know if I necessarily care about it, but I'm having a good time with it. So I figure I only have about 30-ish pages left, probably like 32, 34, I don't know. But yeah, I'm almost done with the book. The last part is like the acknowledgments and stuff like that. So I really only have this much left to read, which is not that much. So I figure today is the day we're going to finish it off. And then that means we get to start on the next book, A Perfect Storm. I'm so excited. But I haven't eaten since early this morning. It is now 5:28. So I got myself some McDonald's, so I figured I'd sit here, eat that, and then once I'm done eating, we're cracking into the book. I am really looking forward to finishing this one because I just want to see how it's going to end. One thing that I just don't enjoy is the second act breakup. That is just something that is in the recipe of these like romance books now that I just really wish someone would kind of break away from. I know that we need conflict, but maybe we could do some kind of different version of conflict. Maybe something between the best friend. I don't know. Something different. I just don't. I'm so tired of it even even if there's conflict between the main characters, I'm okay with it if it doesn't always have to end in a breakup. It's just so tiring. But we'll power through that portion of this book. If you don't enjoy second act breakups, just know it is going to happen in this book. But I'm still excited and I'm still enjoying it. And like I said, there is nothing better than a Carley Fortune book to get you into the summer mood. And if you are trying to feel the summer spirits like I am, because right now I don't know what the weather is doing. I don't know what the weather is doing. We've had days where it's like snowed in April or March, whatever it was, and been 80 degrees the day before. So I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. And I really just want beautiful long summer days that feel like a fresh start, a breath of fresh air. It feels like the magic is happening. You know what I mean? You know that summer feeling that you get where it just feels like there's every possibility out there in the world to just have the best time, the best summer of your life. I want that magic. And I think this book is going to do it because Carley Fortune always seems to be able to do that with the setting at least. Well, I have finished the book and it was so cute. I also love the sprinkling of Anne and Green Gables in this book. I've always loved that story. I just think it's such a sweet, I guess a sweet story. I mean, Anne's life in the beginning is not so sweet, but I think she makes something amazing out of the life that she ends up having. And so I've always loved that story. But they sprinkle that in here, and I love it. I actually need to find out if that's like a real thing. I imagine it is because she always has these stories take place in Canada. So I'm imagining this place is very real and she's probably gotten various things from the actual places. Anyways, long story made short, because I can't talk, I had a good time reading this book and I finished it. I'm very excited. Overall star rating, I feel pretty good. Sometimes I have to sit and think about it a little bit, but I feel pretty solid on giving it a 4-star. I enjoyed this one. We're going to see with our next book how much I enjoy that one, and then I'm really excited to rank them and just let you know which ones I would say are like must reads of hers. But I loved this book. It was really, really good. And I think I'm going to think about it for a little while. So, with that being said, Our Perfect Storm. We're going to start this today, and I'm really looking forward to it. The only thing I'm seriously disappointed about is they've made it a hardcover. But I want to read this now, so we're going to read this, even though it's a hardcover, and we don't like to hold hardcovers. Can you believe there was a point in time in my life where I thought that I was someone that absolutely loved hardcovers? I cannot. But it really wasn't that long ago. I'd say that was probably like 3 years ago. Anywho, I'm really eager. Ooh, is there a map? Guys, I love this. So, 1 week in paradise to heal a broken heart. This is already sounding good. Frankie and George have been best friends since they were 8 years old. Both passionate, impulsive, and headstrong, they've always clashed and come back together until now. It's the eve of Frankie's wedding weekend, and she doesn't know where they stand or even if George will show up as her best man. Then, at the start of the festivities, in walks George. For one glorious evening, surrounded by her loved ones, Frankie feels her life is finally perfect. But it all comes crashing down when her fiancé dumps her the next morning, leaving only a note as an explanation. This is giving funny story. Crushed and confused, Frankie returns to her family's home to wallow, but George has a different idea and a plan for healing Frankie's broken heart. He wants her to go on her honeymoon with him for 1 week to the lush rainforest and misty beaches of Tofino. Frankie agrees, seeing the trip for what it really is, one last chance to repair their friendship, even if it means unearthing secrets and long-buried feelings neither knows how to handle, even if it means falling apart for good. Oh my God, guys, I'm just going to take a minute to soak in what I've read, because this is like not an exaggeration. I'm actually so excited to read this book, and I didn't know I was going to be this excited for it. I'm just really in the mood for Carley Fortune. Oh my God, if this is like a friends to lovers situation, something y'all need to know about me if you don't know it yet. Friends to lovers, childhood friends to lovers, literally second chance romance. Literally my favorite tropes of all time. If they are in a romance book and the romance is done right, instant. Even if it's not done right, if the trope is in it, I'll pick it up. You got any recommendations? Let me know. I'm always looking for recommendations with those tropes. Actually, please, if you have them, please let me know in the comments. I would love another romance book with those tropes. Those are my favorite. I did want to read the dedication because they have a dedication here. So I want to read that to you. For all the bold girls, why can't I read? For all the bold girls and ferocious women, and for the people who love them wildly. Ooh, I am getting chills. I'm so excited because I feel like our main character, like our female main character, is probably going to be a little bit spicy, a little something there. And there's probably going to be some tension and some tug of war, tug and pull kind of thing going on between our two main characters. That's what I'm getting just from that little dedication. So then we've got a quote here. It says, "I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning how to sail my ship." Louisa May Alcott, Little Women. I love Little Women, so that is making me even more excited. That's one of my favorite classics to read. More specifically, I love to read it in the winter, roughly around Christmas time, because there's a scene that takes place during Christmas that I just think is so beautiful and magical and just family oriented, and I love it. But yeah, I just love that book so much, and I do love the movie. Actually, I want to see if that's available somewhere, because I've been telling myself I'm going to watch the remake, and I started it when it first came out, and then I stopped because I just wasn't feeling it. Personally, my favorite version as of right now, because I have fully watched it, is the 1990s version. I don't know what year it came out, but I'm pretty sure it was in the 90s, with Winona Ryder. I love that version. That is my favorite Little Women retelling of a movie through a movie, and I love it. So, oh my God, I'm so excited. I think I might have to start this now, but I need to feed the dog first. This is making me so happy. There's so many references to Little Women. Oh my God. And she said, I quote, she said, for the processional, a string quartet has learned Orchard House, the theme from 1994's Little Women, the greatest film of all time, and I will hear no arguments to the contrary. I told you, and I'm pretty sure that's the Winona Ryder one, like I'm 100% sure. I'm so happy. That just made me... I have to say, right now, I'm loving this book. It's so picturesque and it feels like reading a movie. Like, if this is what I think it'll be like, I am so ecstatic for it. And there's nothing better than like a classic rom-com movie, especially on like a really beautiful long summer night by the beach with your girlfriends. Oh my god, I'm so... Okay, collect myself. So I'm almost finished with Our Perfect Storm, and guys, I have to say that I am truly loving this book. I don't have that much more left in the book to go. I think I'm on chapter 40, not 41, 51. It has a lot of chapters, but the chapters are very short. This is not a long chapter book whatsoever. So I really appreciate that. Love that. Makes it more enjoyable. I did mention, I think at the beginning of this, that I wasn't sure, because normally Carley Fortune's books have past present timelines, and I wasn't sure if this one was going to do that. It does, so if you enjoy that, you can look forward to that in this book. But I think it's time to finish it so I can come back and give you guys my final thoughts, because I'm loving this book. I'm loving this book. Let's get to reading. Guys, I love this book. Oh my god, I cannot wait to finish, to give you my final thoughts. I just finished the book. Oh my god, okay. I need to take a second to calm down, and then I will give you my thoughts. Oh my god. Guys, I finished it! Oh my gosh, I finished the book. I'm kind of sad I finished the book. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. Hopefully you can also hear me okay. I am not going to attempt to use my microphone right now because I've still yet to figure out what was causing the audio issue, and we're not gonna go through that again. We're not gonna do it again. So hopefully you can hear me okay, but as I've stated, and as you would have just seen, I finished the book. Did I tear up? Yes, a couple of times. Why? I don't know, but I was feeling all the emotions, so that leads me to say this was a 5-star read. This was a 5-star read. I loved this book so incredibly much. I loved George. I loved Frankie. I just fell in love with these characters, and it's very rare for me to feel like that with the main character normally. Because normally for me, the main character just ends up annoying me. If it's a female, which normally it is, she does things that I'm kind of like, girl, if you would just communicate, things would be so much better. And we did have a little bit of a moment like that, but I'm happy to say that I just thoroughly enjoyed this book. I think from beginning, middle, and end, she just really put a lot of work and effort into just developing the story, developing the characters. This is honestly going to be the perfect beach read for people. Like, if you want a book to take with you on your vacation this summer. I guess for me, an emotional attachment to these characters that I don't normally get nowadays, that just made me love this story even that much more. The ending was beautiful. One of my biggest pet peeves is the whole third act breakup scenario, and where there is something like that in this book. For me, it was done well enough that I wasn't bothered. I saw it coming, of course, but I wasn't bothered by it, which was kind of like a breath of fresh air. Guys, I don't know what else to say other than I really loved this book. I guess the only thing we have to do left is rate her books. My favorites to my least. Which ones would I recommend you read? And which ones you can kind of wait on. Okay, I did it. I can officially say I have read all 5 Carley Fortune books. And since she has basically become the queen of summer romances, I figured there's only one thing left to do, and that's ranking them. So I'm going to be counting down all of Carley Fortune's books from my least favorite to my absolute favorite must read, and hopefully helping you decide which one deserves to be on your summer reading list. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay, we're not going to waste time. We're going to jump right in. I am going to reference to my computer because I wrote down my thoughts. This way I can stay as clear and concise as possible. So we're going to start things off. We're going to go from my least favorite to my absolute favorite, and the ones that I feel like you have got to get to. If you're going to read any of her books, these are the ones that I would recommend. So starting off with number 5, my least favorite book, we've got Meet Me at the Lake. Now, this wasn't a bad book, but it's definitely one I could live without. Is probably the one that's least memorable to me. I just never really connected to the characters. And for a romance, that's a pretty big problem because that is basically the entirety of the story, is just the characters and their development and the relationship. And the chemistry wasn't chemistrying. That I just felt no connection. I felt like they didn't even really like each other or want to be together. I don't know. It just wasn't hitting for me. And so because of that, I found myself struggling to get invested in the story. So this one coming at number 5. All right, coming in at number 4, we have This Summer Will Be Different, which is the first book I read in this video. I don't know if number 4 is exactly where this book will forever stay, because I did actually enjoy this book, and I'm glad that I have finally read it. I liked the characters, I loved the setting, and there was definitely moments where this book worked for me. But compared to books that were higher on this list, some of the characters to me felt a little bit underdeveloped, and a few of the emotional moments didn't feel like it hit quite as hard as they were intended to feel. I don't know. I felt like there was some things that felt really easily guessed, and like what should have been either a shock factor or a wow moment, I was kind of like, there was all this buildup for that. So that's why we're here. Coming in at number 3, and honestly the biggest surprise on this entire list, is One Golden Summer. Now, first I do have to say, if you're looking at me and you're screaming at me and you're like, why is this number 3? Because this is your favorite Carley Fortune book. I'm sorry. There's another one on this list that has taken that role. But for me, having this book at number 3 is a huge shocker. If you have been following me for a little while and you saw my video when I first read this book when it originally came out, I did not enjoy this book at all. I did not enjoy it. I felt disconnected from the entire story, didn't care about any of the characters, which was crazy because one of the main characters, Charlie, is from Every Summer After. And I had already read that book, but I just felt so disconnected. I didn't care about being back in Barry's Bay. I didn't care about any of it. But I realized the mistake I made is I had read Every Summer After when it first came out, which was a few years ago. And I didn't remember a ton of the story, especially a major part of the plot, which involved Charlie. And so I reread Every Summer After and then picked up One Golden Summer again in, I want to say March of this year. And that made my whole view of this book change. I loved it. I love Charlie so much. He is such a lovable character, even though he is flawed. He really means the most, or he really means the best, and he tries, and I can appreciate and respect that he's human at the end of the day. And it was just so lovely to return back to Barry's Bay again. I feel like the settings that Carley Fortune creates in her stories is what really sells me on making this like the perfect summer read. All of her books have amazing summer backdrops, and they literally, like this book literally feels like a golden summer where the sun is always shining. There's nothing but happy, fun-filled moments. It's like living in the best summer of your life, or returning to your favorite beach after a length of time and feeling all of this all the thrills and excitement and chills. Like, I loved this book, and this was a great addition to her collection of books I feel like that she's building. I'm very, very grateful that I found love for this book. So coming in at number 2 is going to be Every Summer After. This was my introduction to Carley Fortune, and it still holds such a special place in my heart. There's just something special about childhood friends to lovers mixed with second chance romance that gets me every single time. I could go on for days. And if you have any recommendations for books that are childhood friends to lovers, second chance romance, let me know in the comments. And yes, I have already read Love in Other Words. I've talked about that book far too much on this channel. So, and I still think about Percy and Sam. Like, I live here in this book with these characters at Barry's Bay. And I'm so excited to see this come to life as a TV show. I'm just really excited. And I need something new since we don't have The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm looking for my next Summer I Turned Pretty. I need my fix. I sound like a junkie, but I need my fix. I really do. Okay. Now to reveal the number 1 book on this list. Will come as no surprise since we've gone down the list of all of her books, but that is going to actually be her newest book, Our Perfect Storm. I finished this book with tears in my eyes and the immediate 5-star. I didn't have to think about it with this book. There was none of that. It was just an immediate yes. Immediate yes. So this should come as absolutely no surprise to anyone that this book is number 1 on my list. This book gave me everything I wanted and more. I laughed, I teared up, was grinning like an idiot while reading it. And by the end, I was genuinely having that feeling where you just don't want the story to end. This was an easy 5-star read for me, and without question, my favorite Carley Fortune book so far. And then she had the audacity to include a little woman reference. And not just like any Little Women reference, but the exact adaptation I was talking about when I first picked up this book, personally, my favorite version as of right now, because I have fully watched it, is the 1990s version. She referenced to that movie in this book. Literally, I could not have timed that any better. I kid you guys not. And I think I even like got my reaction, but as I was reading this book, it was like maybe chapter 1. She was talking about like her wedding and like the music that she had decided to go with. And she was a big fan of Little Women. And she specifically enjoys Little Women, the 1994 version, which I'm pretty sure is the Winona Ryder version, because that would make sense. That was in the 90s. Literally, she said it well. I will hear no arguments. That is my favorite version of Little Women. Yes, I have not finished the remake of it. So the newest version, I have no idea how good that one is, but I don't think it'll ever take the place of that version. So I don't know. That just made me feel so unbelievably seen that I was like, oh my God, yes. And someone shares the same sentiment as me. I love that. It was just the cherry on top of an already perfect reading experience. So I'm so happy. And honestly, like truthfully, really and truly, kudos to her. She did such an incredible job with this book. I really enjoyed every second of it. And so if you are looking for your next beach read, going on vacation soon, or you just want to have a book that gives you all the summer feels to add to your TBR, I cannot recommend this book enough. I cannot. So good. So that is my official ranking of all 5 Carley Fortune books. I have a feeling some of you guys are going to strongly disagree with my placement of these books. So let me know your ranking in the comments, because I genuinely want to know what everybody else's opinions are on these books and where they would rank them. And I do have to say, just as a quick reminder, because I'm extremely excited for it. So if you are interested in getting into Carley Fortune's book, keep in mind and remember that her book, Every Summer After, has a TV show adaptation coming out on June 10th. I think it's on Amazon Prime. So I'm popping in because I'm currently editing this video, and I just wanted to go ahead and confirm that it does premiere June 10th on Amazon Prime. And I think it's 8 episodes that they said, and all 8 episodes are meant to be live going June 10th, which is so exciting because that means I can binge watch it, and I love binge watching a good TV show. So if you are interested in checking out Every Year After, then I highly recommend you put that on your calendar because it's coming. We've got our top 3 books. Yeah, this is perfect. This is definitely my recommendation for anybody that wants to have like a good solid summer romance like reading list. It's a good combination. It eats. I love it. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for being here and joining me for today's video. I appreciate you guys so much. Words cannot express how much I truly appreciate you guys being here and just building this community of lovely people like yourselves. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.